What's up? alexy1 playing sisis? I don't know. He plays one knight f3. And he's gonna go for some type of Catalan, where I'm always gonna take on c4. And I'm inclined to go b5 here actually. This is oh, what's this? This is not known. Normal is a4 here. So this is a tricky move, which is quite interesting. This is a normal sacrifice. So the normal position is with a4 and b4 in between. So it's actually quite interesting as to what that if that makes a difference, and if so, how. So if he takes on c5, c7, I'm gonna go knight g4. I think knight g4 here is the move as well. I do remember something like this. I think h4 e5 is very good for us. And well, if the bishop moves, we're probably gonna take on h4. Yeah, let's see what happens if we take. I don't see it. I'm just gonna take. I really don't know what's going on here, but it feels like I should be doing fine. He has to take on g4 now, no? Yeah. So we've definitely got a draw now, but so we'll see if we have something more here. We could also always interpose bishop f5. If this rook were to be on g6, that would be awesome. So f5, rook f6 is also an idea. What does he do even if I go f5? Probably queen c3. Yeah, that's an interesting way of meeting my threat. If bishop b7, then e4 f3. I do like the sound of this actually. The feeling of it. And we're not even down that much material. So we're down a rook, but against like 4 pawns. So that's pretty good. I think I like f5 here. I'm planning to go g5 and rook f6, h6. So first rook f6 probably. This can't be good. I can just take this. Yeah, I think I have to even, because he wants to put his queen, let his queen defend. Wow, so many awesome choices here. I mean, this ending is even super good. We've got so many pawns. Yeah, I really like this position a lot. a4, b4. Yeah, he wants to put his knight on e3, which is a pretty active square. Okay, so now I do somewhat need to watch out. Let's go e4. Knight e3, knight e5 is my point. Where's the bishop going? c5? Probably, yeah. This rook needs to get active somehow. Maybe to g2 or something like that. It's hard now. I don't know. Feels like I'm losing grip of the position. But we're like 6 pawns up against a rook. So it's a really imbalanced position. Which is, I think those positions are the most fun. Now it's 5 pawns, which is definitely a bit worse. There are so many tricks now. For instance, if he goes rook e1, we can take on e3 and then play f2. This wins, yeah? Take, rook takes f2, how is he gonna defend? Look at this monster of a bishop, it's just keeping everything out. Rook f3 is defended, king g2 is defended. Yeah. I do need to watch out for my time, but 11 seconds will be more than enough. Yeah, I'm gonna check first. Check again. Just take this one. Yep. So pretty awesome game. Let's have a look. So he plays this knight f3, which is I think actually a pretty good move, since it's super flexible. I play this knight f6 sometimes. I sometimes go b5 here also. Yeah, so I think the critical way of meeting knight f6 is c4 here, because now you've managed to stop this e5. Oops, sorry. Because after c4, e5 is never really possible anymore. You could go knight c6, but then d4 is pretty annoying. So yeah, you stopped that, and you forced black into another way of meeting it. So this is kind of the reason why knight f6 is not really played anymore. But yeah, if he goes d4, you get it just a normal 1d4 position. And g3 often transposes into a Catalan, like it did in the game. Castle. Oh, if he castles here, he can still get flexible and play b3 here, for instance. This is also one way of, I don't know what this is called, but it's, yeah, the echo says, eco says English Neo-Catalan declined. I don't know if that's the real name, but this b3 line is definitely known. d4 though is just the main Catalan, and this is the tabia, as they call it, the main starting point of the Catalan. And there are lots of ways of playing here. You could even go c6, which is super passive, but I think playing the open Catalan is most ambitious for black. And queen c2, b5 here is the sideline I play. Normal move here is a6. Take b5 and bishop b7, and then the fun starts. So white can go bishop d2, bishop f4, bishop g5. Bishop d2 being the most well, the most known. Why is my, it was lagging super hard. But that's the most critical line, it seems. However, this b5 is actually pretty nice, because it's somewhat unknown, and also it's pretty fun if they go for the exchange. So the normal move here is a4, and then knight bd2 is one move, knight fd2 is a move, knight e5 is somewhat like the game. So yeah, this is the normal line here. And then he can take on c4, which is the added benefit of and the difference between well, between this, because now he can't take on c4, and if he goes a4 here, we can just go a6, but we could also transpose into the same line with b4. I don't know. But instead he played bishop f4. Queen h5 is definitely where you want to put your queen. And I don't know a lot about this line now. I know some about this position, and I know that after bishop f3 you have to go knight g4. So he went bishop f3 here. I definitely have to go knight g4 now. There's also a repetition here with queen h3, queen h5, but we're playing to win, obviously. And he went h4. Taking here is probably best, but then we're just up the bishop pair, and especially after, especially since we're keeping this pawn structure somewhat alive, it is better than the position with a4 and b4 interposed. Look at this light squared bishop. It's just gonna be a beast. He played h4, and e5 here is the move. And now we took on h4. Yeah, and I think taking on h4 should be just losing. Takes. Well, there might be just something much better here. The engine likes rook e8, which seems slow, but he's just gonna go rook e6 and rook g6, I believe. Yeah, we went queen h3, and then bishop b7, check, and now we went f5 here. e4 is also moved, but the engine kind of likes f5. And the ideas are somewhat clear. We're just gonna go rook f6, rook h6, or g6 and g5. I mean, it's somewhat clear. And he went e4 here. We took, which might not have been the best move, but I think this is still very good for us. Taking here is not the best. We should keep the queens on, which is very logical. I just didn't see the refutation of this, but probably we can just take on f3 with the pawn. Yeah. And now we're just gonna queen and it's done. So queen g2. I was actually more afraid of queen g2 here. But yeah, we should keep the queens on. But I like this ending also, but yeah, the material isn't that much in our favor, and if the pawns can be stopped, then he's just got an extra rook, so it's pretty hard. b4. We need to get our pieces involved. This is why I played e4, just to get our knight in via e5 to d3. And also this rook needs to become active. I wanted to go to g6 and g2, something like that. But yeah, he's got some nice. He's got a nice barrier for the pawns. So my pawns are now weak. Instead, when they can move, they're stronger. If this knight were to be on f5, then we would be doing very good. Because then the bishop had to move, and then e3 is coming, and e2, f2. It's just running like crazy. So yeah, this might not be the best move actually. I think it's somewhat more logical to go to f6 and then to d5. Just trying to undermine this bishop. The engine likes bishop c6, just keeping everything under wraps. Which is, I have to be fair, I missed this whole idea of check and b8. Since we're losing a pawn now. And now, all of a sudden, the ending is not as good anymore. Until he took on d3, that is. He has to just go away with the rook back to b8. And I wasn't too sure what to do here. After taking on d3 though, the resulting position is good. Good. And yeah, we had a nice trick here of take on e3. And we look at this position. This bishop just holds everything together. These two rooks can't do anything. Yeah, he has to take on d3 though. Because if we take, he has a check here. Which is still winning probably. Probably just moving the king up to e3. And then just pushing the pawn. But yeah, we can promote here probably. And then just a check. And then a check on f3. And then take there. Which is much easier. But yeah, taking on c4 doesn't do anything. He was just hoping I would take back and then rook f3. And it's still winning, but yeah. And now it's just, yeah, it's done. So pretty sweet game actually. We had a better option here of going to g6, which just keeps every pressure in the position. But yeah, I missed the rook g1 takes f3, which is a very easy move to see, but yeah, just missed it. Those things happen. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.